numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Atlanta Falcons. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
From his end zone, Wilson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now Patterson to start the drive. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I mean, and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And complete to Drake London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Falcons at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener, got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned, because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
And Myles Garrett, the All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Once more, they turn to Patterson.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
To throw, Mariota.
And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. One more time with Patterson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Even after the false start, they'll still go here on 4th and goal.
3.
Throwing is Mariota. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Off of play action, it's Watson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Nick Chubb, former prep and collegiate star here in this state of Georgia. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one. On 2nd and 10, Watson.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
Simple drag route here. Lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
To throw is Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. Touchdown! Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. They find some open field here. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
A 1st down throw for Mariota. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll give it to Patterson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They go play action. Mariota. Open man is Kyle Pitts. His tight short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fourth down, Mariota. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. Watson off play action. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, 57 yards. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Watson's throw taken in by Grant. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Faking the give. Now Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm, but sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. Flush to his right. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back And underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started.
This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Browns.
Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Mariota now to throw on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mariota to throw it.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'll run with Patterson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Kyle Pitts.
54 yards.
And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. He's at the 50. 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
From his end zone, Wilson. And he returns this to the 22.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And this will be caught at the 30.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mariota again. This is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Bryan Edwards, 29 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Well, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Browns are going to have it here just past the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, In fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Eight yards to go on second down. In motion is Grant. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he is going to lose yardage here. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On 1st down, it's Watson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. He's going to take another shot here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Eric Harris who picks it. And the Falcons are right back in this football game. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mariota now. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. And this will be caught by Edwards. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
To the air again, Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And taken down just shy of the 40. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. And they'll send the slot in motion left. From the 39, Watson. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and 2, Watson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Big loss here as he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now Mariota. Finding Edwards. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield. That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And I think the ball's out. And the Falcons grab it.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Chubb. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One last shot now for Mariota. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Without question, when you force